So we have here a pretty raw and simple invoice template, and we'll tweak around a few things to set up conditional displaying for different colors, different backgrounds. So I also have here an invoice base. I have this template connected to Airtable, but it can be any data source. And you can have as many conditions as you need. So I have here the main invoice table. I have here some fields that I'll use as condition. Same for my products that will be shared in my line items. I have my invoice items. It also has some fields that I'll use for conditional displaying. So let's go back to the template. Okay, invoice. So I already have here one of the kind of conditional displaying formatting currently, which is the discount for the line item. So in here, just to share with you an example of what we currently have. So I have here a simple token with the usual with the same formatting as the other items. So I have here a discount with black letters, and this I only want to be displayed if it has a discount equal to 0. So I have here a light green. So this light green will only show up if this discount is greater than 1% or equal to 1% or less or equal to 10%. And then I have this more of a dark gray here if the discount is greater than 10%. So let's have a quick preview, just see how it works. So in here, I have some items with 0 discount, another item with 25% discount, which is greater than 10%. So it should display the dark green option. And then I have here with the 5% discount, which should display with the light green option. So let's go back to the design and set up a few things. So I can use this for the status of the invoice. And so let's try it for the status of the invoice. So here I have the status. It's bringing up the status of the invoice. So let's say I want to add different colors, different background colors, different letter colors, depending on the status. So in here in my Airtable base, I have paid, pending, or overdue. So let's try to set up something similar in the invoice template. So what I will do here now, I'll just have 3 tokens since I have three statuses. So for one token, let me just tweak the spacing here a little bit. Let me delete the other one so I can just replicate this. Okay, all done. And for this one, I will only want to display it if it's paid. So I'll just double click the token, add a rule, search here for the status, and it's equal to paid. So then in this case, this token will only be displayed if the status is paid. So for the text color, let me try this green right here. And let's bold it. For the background color of the token, let me have this color here. Okay. And then we have it. So I'll do something similar for the other tokens. I'll add a text color. So this one right here, I only want it to be displayed if the status is pending. And same thing, I'll add a nice color here. Bold it. Have a color for the background. And lastly, I want this status to display when it's overdue. So I'll use some reddish colors. So for the text, I'll have And for the background, I'll have this one. Okay. Oh, just need to vote it. So we'll see that in the template we have 3 options, but since we have a display rule for each one, it will only be displayed if the condition is met. So for instance, this one right here is overdue, so I'll have this banner, and for this one it's paid, I believe. So then I'll have a green, the one with the green banner, the green font. So this is essentially how we add colors to the letter, to the background of a token. So let's move on to another element. So let's say I want to add maybe some colored legend or an item to my line items. So I have here my line items, and they can be in stock, they can be back order, discontinued, low stock. So let's say I want to have like a green bar, an orange bar, a red bar, and a yellow bar. So let's do something similar with the template. So we'll add here, and this quiz is a nice trick actually. So I have here a column. I'll add my bars here. So for the bar, I'll use just a simple text element. So it's a square now. So to have like a bar shape, I'll just do some rounded corners. Let me reduce the spacing a bit here. Let's have like, 30. And to give it a bit of contrast, since we have a gray background here, I'll add some white borders. 3, okay. And I'll add a colored background. So let me, since I have 4, I will have 4 of them. Okay, now I'll add a background color for each. So for this one, it will be for in stock. So a nice green color. For this one, I'll have low stock, so it will be a yellow. So and this one will be back ordered. So and for the discontinued, I'll have here a red one. So for each of these text elements, I'll apply a display rule. So I'll go here to edit logic, and then display rule, I'll add a rule. Since I'm here in the line items, this is a looped row. So this is looped over my item. So I'll use a field from my invoice items table, which will be stock status. So I only want this one to display, this is the green one. So if it's in stock, save this one. Okay, here, I wanted if my stock status is low stock, the orange one if the status is back ordered, and lastly, the red one if the status is discontinued. So let's have a quick look. And there you go. You see the colored bar right next to the item. So if it's low stock, if it's in stock, and okay, this is all in stock. If it's discontinued, back ordered. So we have a nice colored info right here. And another option is to have a conditional display for the row. So for instance, I want this discount row right here to display only if it has a discount, and I want it to be green. So let's have a nice color for the text. So here, and a nice green color for the background. We'll put the same one, but let's add a transparency. Okay, good. And let's do the same thing for the late fee. Oh, sorry, I forgot about the rule. So this row right here, I only want to discount this row to display if there is a discount to display. So if the discount amount is greater than 0, save it. And the late fee, I only want it to be displayed if there is a late fee. So late fee is greater than 0. And let's give it a style. So the text will add a red, same color for the background, but we'll make it a bit transparent. So right, something like this. Yes, okay. So now we'll take a look, and we'll see that those rows will only be displayed with a colored background if it needs to. So let me see here, we have a discount and it is displayed. And that's simply how we can make colored background colors. And for the grand total, I believe this will fit your use case. So in here we have a text element, and we'll have a color-based background changing according to the value. So I want to have here 3 colors. So this first one right here, this will be a grayish color, a darker. And I only want this, oh, sorry, change the font, the background. Okay, now I am right. Okay, there you go. So I only want this one to display if the grand total is less or equal to $1,000. So let me have here the grand total, it's less or equal to 1,000. And I want this one here to have a bluish background if the value is between 1,000 and 5,000. So let me add a color here. And let's set up the rule. So I want it to display if the total is greater than 1,000 and less than 5,000. And let's save. And this one right here, I wanted to give it a reddish background. So let's do something similar to the late fee, make it transparent, and let's apply the rule. So I only want it to display if it's greater or equal to 5,000. And save. So this is the way to work with dynamic color, background color displaying. And we use this combination of duplicating the items and having a separate display rule for each item. So in here, we'll have different background colors for each range of grand total. So let's have a quick look. So in here, it's between 1,000 and 5,000. So for this one, I believe it's over 5,000. Yeah, so we have a red background display. Let me see this one. I believe it's less. Okay, no, maybe this one. Okay, so this one is less than 1,000, then it's just the gray background. And that's basically it. Thank you very much for watching.